Welcome back, my friends, to Jesus Calling for November 9th. Sit quietly with me, letting all your fears and worries bubble up to the surface of your consciousness. I love that. Let's look at Luke 12:22-26 and Deuteronomy 31, verse 6. Luke is one of the Gospels in the New Testament, and this section says, "Do not worry." Luke 12:22. Then Jesus said to his disciples, "Therefore I tell you, do not worry about your life, what you will eat, or about your body, what you will wear. Life is more than food, the body more than clothes. Consider the ravens. They do not sow or reap. They have no storeroom or barn, yet God feeds them. How much more valuable are you than the birds? Which of you by worrying can add a single hour to his life? Since you cannot do this very little thing, why do you worry about the rest?" And Deuteronomy 31 verse 6 says, "Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified because of them, for the Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you." Sit quietly with me, just like Mandy, sitting quietly with me, letting all your fears and worries bubble up to the surface of your consciousness. There, in the light of my presence, the bubbles pop and disappear. Wow, I love that example. Let's read that one more time. There, in the light of my presence, not in the presence of the world, not in the presence of our mind that's all swirling around, but in His presence, the bubbles pop and disappear. However, some fears surface over and over again, especially fear of the future. You tend to project yourself mentally into the next day, week, month, year, decade, and you visualize yourself coping badly in those times. Anyone guilty of that? I know I am sometimes. What you are seeing is a false image because it doesn't include me. Those gloomy times that you imagine will not come to pass, since my presence will be with you all the time. When a future-oriented worry assails you, capture it and disarm it by diffusing the light of my presence into that mental image. I love that. Say to yourself, "Jesus will be with me then and there. With His help, I can cope." Then come home to the present moment where you can enjoy peace in my presence. That is some great advice. I'm going to take that, and next time I'm projecting myself into the future, which, right now my future is a little shaky, and so I think, a lot of bad things could happen in the future, but I'm going to stop worrying about that. I'm going to take those thoughts, I'm going to capture them, bring them back, and like she's saying, we can just give them over to God and just pop all those little worries, just pop them, and they're going to be gone. And then we can just relax today because we know that tomorrow is in His hands and that He is going to be with us. So anytime that I'm worried from now on, I'm going to remember He is with me today, but He's also going to be with me in my future. And if He's in my future is going to be okay. I may not like it all. It might be really hard still, but He is going to be with me in my future. And He's going to be with you in your future. I hope you remember that today, and remember to pop all those bubbles of worry, and I'll see you back here tomorrow. You can order your own Jesus Calling devotional book by going to jesuscalling.com. And I would love to answer any questions you may have about faith in Jesus. Just email me through my website, nancyjoytoyou.com. And I hope you go out and shine for Him today. See you tomorrow.